Hello students, today we are going to deal with nutrition in human beings. The topic nutrition in human beings. Before starting this topic, I want to explain you about the components, main components of food, because that topic is required when I will explain the nutrition in human beings. So components of food, I think you might have studied in 8th class. There are mainly three components of food, three main components of food. I just wanted to remind you, I think you might have read this topic in junior classes. Three main components of food. First is carbohydrate. First is carbohydrate. Which food sources are rich in carbohydrate? Example is very simple: rice, wheat, or any kind of cereals, you can say. Any kind of grains, cereals, you can say they are rich in carbohydrates. And carbohydrate is also called as energy giving food. Energy giving food. Energy giving food, because an individual obtain the energy from carbohydrate only. And second is fats. Fats is also called as energy giving food. Fats is also called as energy giving food. Example of fats are oil. We use edible oil in our food. Then ghee, etc. These are the examples of fats. Then comes proteins. Proteins are body building food. If you want to get the muscles, then you have to take protein, body building food. Proteins are body building foods. Example is simple: eggs, chicken, soybean, etc. So these are three main components of food. First one is carbohydrate. Carbohydrate is also known as energy giving food. Second one is fats. It is also energy giving food. And third one is proteins, body building food. The difference between carbohydrate and fats is, one main difference is, if you take 1 gram of fats, you will obtain 9 calorie of energy. 9 calorie of energy. This is case in the this is in the case of fats. But when you take 1 gram of carbohydrate, you will obtain 4 calorie of energy. 4 calorie of energy. 4 calorie of energy. From these two, we can make the conclusion. That fats are giving more energy as compared to the carbohydrate. Both are energy giving food, but fats are giving more energy as compared to the carbohydrate. So these three main components of food is going to be required when I am going to deal with the topic nutrition in human beings. The next topic is nutrition in human beings. Digestive system is responsible for nutrition in the human beings. Digestive system is responsible for nutrition in the human beings. Which system? The name of the system is digestive system. And when I say digestive system consists of two things, two components, you can say. First one is alimentary canal. and second one is another component is glands, digestive glands. Alimentary canal and digestive glands makes the digestive system. Alimentary canal and digestive glands makes the digestive system. What is meant by alimentary canal? When I say alimentary canal, what does it mean? Alimentary canal, you can say it is a passage for the food in our body. It is a passage, it is a pathway for the food in our body. Pathway, I am saying. It starts from mouth. Alimentary canal starts from mouth. Then food enters into mouth cavity. After mouth cavity, it goes into, you can say it passes through pharynx. The next in number is pharynx. Then comes esophagus. O is silent here, and that's why we are pronouncing it as esophagus. And then is stomach. Then food reaches into stomach. Then it goes to small intestine. Then large intestine, rectum, and finally the food, the waste product comes out through anus. This all makes the alimentary canal. And when I am saying alimentary canal, I am repeating again, I am referring to pathway of food in our body. Through this path, food passes in our body. Food moves in our body. We are going to deal with these all separately one by one. So we will start with one thing before we are going to deal with them separately. One thing I want to add: the length of alimentary canal, the total length is 9 meter. The total length of alimentary canal in our body is 9 meter. So we will start with the mouth. Mouth is just opening for the food. Mouth is just opening through which food is taken inside. So when I say mouth, I mean opening through which food is taken inside. You can say mouth helps in ingestion of food. So this is only one point related with the mouth, and then we will deal with the second in number, and that is mouth cavity. What is mouth cavity? When I say mouth cavity, I am referring to this. This gap is called as mouth cavity. The other name of mouth cavity is, you can say, oral cavity. One more name is there, and that name is buccal cavity. So mouth cavity can be called by these three names: mouth cavity itself, then oral cavity, and the last one is buccal cavity. When you see the mouth cavity, you will find teeth present in the mouth cavity. Cavity means gap. Then you will find tongue present in the cavity, and at the same time you will find glands present. When I say glands, salivary glands. And why I have written the name salivary glands? I think you might have gone through the salivary glands in junior classes also. So we will start with, I will just give you short knowledge about the teeth. When I say teeth is used for chewing the food. Everybody know teeth helps in chewing of food, and there are 4 kinds of teeth. First one is incisor. I am referring with the letter I. then canine, then premolar, and then molar. Incisor, canine, premolar, molar. And if you see the upper jaw, you will find two incisor. If you see the upper jaw, you will find first of all 16 teeth, and out of 16 teeth, 8 will be present this side, 8 will be present that side. When I say when you see one part of the 8 teeth, 2 incisor, there will be 1 canine, 2 premolar, and 3 molar. Means you can say incisor is 2, 1, 2, 3. Similarly, this side also. 2, 1, 2, 3. Means 2 incisor, 1 canine, 2 premolar, and 1 molar. This information I am giving you extra. You can say this is not in the syllabus, but it is going to be helpful for your knowledge purpose. So what is the dental formula? You can say so 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3 this side, 2, 1, 2, 3 this side. Similarly in the lower jaw also 2, 1, 2, 3 this side and 2, 1, 2, 3 this side. So 2, 1, 2, 3 upon 2, 1, 2, 3. This is the dental formula. Such kind of questions are generally asked in the competition. That's why I have seen about this. Then comes after teeth. After teeth, we encounter with tongue. What is the role of tongue? Tongue helps in mixing of the food. Tongue helps in mixing of the food. Tongue helps in the mixing of the food. Tongue mix the food which we take. After the tongue, one more thing is left. I have already said teeth, tongue, and salivary gland. Then we will deal with salivary gland. This is quite important as compared to the previous topic which I have taught you. This is most important topic among them. So salivary glands. When I say salivary glands, there are 3 pairs of salivary glands present in our digestive system. 3 pairs of salivary glands. How many pairs? 3 pairs. And what they release? They release saliva. When I say saliva contains almost you can say 99% of water, and 1% of saliva contains water. 99%, more than 99% it is water, and the remaining is salivary amylase. One enzyme is there, salivary amylase enzyme, then some amount of mucus. So saliva consists of water. Most of the saliva is water only. Then it also contains salivary amylase enzyme. This name is important for your board purpose. So mark my words: salivary amylase enzyme and mucus. What is the role of salivary amylase enzyme? Salivary amylase is responsible. Salivary amylase is responsible for digestion of carbohydrate. Digestion of carbohydrate. And it is very interesting thing. We daily used to take 3 main components of food in our diet. First one is carbohydrate, fats, proteins. These 3 are generally taken by everyone in their food regularly. Digestion of carbohydrate. Among these 3, digestion of carbohydrate begins in the mouth only. And carbohydrate, after digestion, it get converted into maltose. And one more thing I want to say here, complete digestion is not going to take place. Here only 30% digestion of carbohydrate is going to take place, and carbohydrate breaks into maltose, and that's why it is said that when you chew चपाती, यदि आप चपाती को ज़्यादा देर तक चबाते हो तो you will find the taste, sweet taste of the chapati. The reason being that sweetness has come due to the presence of maltose. Carbohydrate has broken into maltose, and due to maltose we find the sweetness after chewing the chapati for the longer time, I mean to say. So carbohydrate is going to break, how many percentage of carbohydrate is going to be digested? Only 30%. The remaining will be digested in other parts of the digestive system, which we will deal afterwards. So carbohydrate is going to break into maltose. How many percent of digestion will be going to take place? 30% digestion. What about proteins? Proteins, no digestion in the buccal cavity. Actually, we are dealing with the topic mouth cavity or buccal cavity, you can say. And under mouth cavity, I have said there are three things. First one is teeth, we have already dealt with that, tongue, and third one is salivary amylase. So this thing is happening in mouth cavity. So in the mouth cavity, only carbohydrate is going to digest. There is no digestion for the protein, no digestion. You can say protein is not going to be digested in mouth cavity. Then fats, also no digestion. So students, go through the video and try to share it with your friends, and try to remember the things which I have given in the previous two videos also. As soon as class will be going to start, then I will give you the notes, paper notes, and okay, thank you for the today.